Okay, so the first question I chose to answer was why were some in California suspicious of railroads? There were many reasons as to why they were suspicious of it. The main one I believe was that their point of view was that a, they believe that a small portion of Californians would be benefiting from it. They believe that people who had land, mines, businesses, people who were just wealthy in any sense would be able to benefit from the railroads construction. Um, as for my second reason was that they in a paragraph that George acknowledges that there are potential risks associated with the railroad. The one skepticism was the technology, as well as that they weren't concerned about its safety, but more as what they would cost. The cost of constructing the railroads was enormous or big amount was that only people with who were wealthy or had money would be able to construct them. And basically when they constructed them they would have ownership of that railroads that they did, and they would be able to put tolls up towards the public, and which basically means they would benefit from it, which supports my first reasoning. The second question I chose to answer was what was the justification for anti-Chinese movements in California during the Gilded Age? Well, during that era, the whites were racially they were racist to to any other race. Uh, they saw them as uncivilized people, and they just saw them as people who were inferior to them. They had to have a sense of superiority against them, and but also was that another thing was that the Chinese were willing to work longer hours with a less paid wage than a white person, since so that's the reason many businesses started taking them as employments. And basically the white people felt threatened during this, and threatened about like their livelihood or their occupation. So that was one of the reasons why they used that was the justification for them for the anti-Chinese movement in the California during the Gilded Age.